Yeah, this one ended up selling, it actually didn't sell at all. So this is going to get, I've seen this go down in price. I think it started at 80 grand. Now it's at 58, and they'll probably go down until somebody decides it's good enough deal. But this one didn't get a bid on it, and in looking at the property, we can kind of look at some of, and this is what's nice about this is a lot of these counties are providing interior photos of the property. So if we can get that, we can make a lot better decision, based on the interior photos. That's probably the reasons why somebody said it's 60 grand. Well, I'm going to do a it's going to cost me 20 grand to rehab it. If I can sell it for 180, I can still make, 80 to 100 grand on it. See that they've added some new new sheetrock to it. So with this one, you can see how they've started doing a rehab on it. It just wasn't finished. And it's kind of a little bit weird house, but it's pretty clean inside.
And it's pretty simple too, in terms of design and everything. It'd be easy to fix up. And it's an eyesore right now. It would look much better there with even just having the front part of it finished.
Yeah, well, and you could clean it up. You've got a big porch there. You've also got, I think you could sell it. Here's where, they're estimating it at. Of course, they don't have any of the information in here. And I think it's a 4-bedroom in counting it, here's what was kind of interesting is this home here, is a little bit smaller and, kind of around the same age that sold for 269. Here's another property close to it that sold for 235, about the same size as well and older as well. So, here's two comps where this property, and we'd look a little more into it, but just kind of looking quickly at the numbers, here it didn't sell at 58,000 and rehabbed, properties within a quarter mile of this property that are about the same size, about the same age, sold for 269 and 235.
Yeah. So in that range, yeah, there would be some profitability when it comes up again. At lower prices, you have to wonder here at what point, it would it be worth, grabbing, and yeah, at what price, would it be, would it be worth going after and trying to sell. And if they're bringing it down from 58,000, that number is going to come up. I mean, I wonder what they'll lower it to next time.
Probably additional 10,000. Well, if you look at it, it's dry.
Yeah.
I'd look a little more into the market, but you can see how they've already even paying for all that, they just need to finish the sheetrock there. There's, that's all been re-sheetrocked. I mean, there's just a lot done to it where you can rehab the property. In fact, we're going to look at a little one that I love even more here in a minute, but